Hello there students, welcome back to this video series. This is your instructor Dhruvi Bhatt, and you would have thought from the background that today we would be talking about presentations, the most dreaded topic of all, right? The ghosts of presentations might be haunting you since you were a little child and some question was asked by your teacher that, okay, will you please explain this topic to the entire class? This is where your first presentation began, and God forbid, for the entire life, if you would be in that type of job, you will have to give presentation before different people. Not only in job, for many informal gatherings too, presentations play a very important role. What are these presentations? How can you rock these presentations, and what things you should keep in mind to present things beautifully? All of these would be covered in some lectures to follow, where we would be talking about different presentation strategies. This is your instructor Dhruvi Bhatt, defining presentations. What is meant by presentation, students? Presentation may be defined as a carefully planned visual and oral event designed for the purpose of gaining understanding, agreement, or action. Presentations are actually some things which need an action from the listeners. Students who are good presenters are those who have amazing speech, or are those good presenters who talk in a language which is very flowery, or are those good presenters who use very high technical words, or are those good presenters who use so much of the difficult words from the English dictionary? Which are the good presenters? Nothing of the things I mentioned matter. Then what really matters? In a presentation or in a public speech, what really matters is how the audiences are impacted by the presentation. A good presentation leaves a everlasting impression in the minds of the audience, and this is what makes a good presentation. A good presentation and a bad presentation differentiates itself by the impact of presentation in the minds of audiences. If the presentation does even a little bit of difference in the lives or in the mental understanding of the audience who are sitting there for the presentation, if it adds something to their knowledge, or if they get to know something new, if they are persuaded to take some action, if they are entertained, anything and everything, even if there is a little change in their life, in their behavior, in their mental agility, then your presentation is a good presentation. How to make that good presentation? Just some tips which I would give you throughout the lectures. Okay. First, let us try to understand that for what different purposes presentations are used. Firstly, if the team leader wants to introduce the new product his team has developed, for introduction of new product between all the other team members or the entire organization or some clientele, you will require a presentation. Even to talk about the achievements, past or current ones, of the organization to the clientele base, to the investors, etc. Talking about the achievements, talking about current trophies which the organization achieved, all these things would also require a presentation. Talking about the sales report, how much ups and downs is the company facing financially in terms of sales, in terms of revenue, what are the figures, the facts. For presenting that, you require presentations, and at the very lowest level, you will require presentation for presenting your project in front of your classroom. Telling the students about your project, telling the faculty about your project, this too requires a presentation. These are different places where presentation would be required. As I told you, from a mere classroom job to presenting in front of the clients, in front of the investors, presentations go a very long way, and you must be very aware of how to be a very good presenters. For that, we need to learn certain presentation strategies. I would like here to make you aware of different presentation strategies, how to make a presentation, what to say in a presentation, how to say it, what things to take care of, what things to ignore, what things you should make sure that should not be followed. All these in talking about the presentation strategies. Students, if you are told to make a presentation, you would be having that inner enthusiasm that okay, I want to make a very classy presentation, let me sit down, open a PowerPoint and I'll make the presentation. That is not how it goes. A well planned presentation is what will go a long way. That is why in teaching you presentation strategies, the first thing which I want to teach you is planning your presentation. An unplanned presentation will always go wrong. Trust me on this. You need to plan your presentation properly before going out there and making the presentation. The time actually you will focus on research about the presentation would be very fruitful to you while giving out the presentation, and it will actually be shown in your presentation that lot of hard work has gone into this. What are different things which you will plan? Okay, let us try to understand them. First and foremost, you must be aware about the occasion of the presentation. What is meant by occasion? Occasion here comprises of three things. What is the location of presentation? What is the time of presentation? And what is the context of presentation? These three things must be known to you before you go out there for the presentation. Okay, first and foremost, talking about the location of presentation. Is the presentation in a closed room? Is it in a wide hall? How is the seating arrangement for the audiences? How is the stage? Will you be provided with a podium to speak? Or will you be having any digital support, any PowerPoint presentations running behind you? What all is available and what is not available? Do you have any walking space amidst the audiences? Will the audiences be seated in a hot room, or they will be seated in a properly air conditioned room? All these things would matter a lot before planning your presentation, because you need to plan that accordingly. Location of presentation is of a big need here, because if the audiences are sitting in a very hot, dry place, then obviously you need to keep your presentation short. If you have proper walking around space, then you can plan some of the parts of your speech during a presentation while moving amongst the audiences. All these things would help you a lot while planning a presentation. Okay. Secondly, you must be knowing the time of presentation, whether it is in the morning, whether it is in the afternoon, whether it is in the evening, so that you can start the presentation accordingly. Also, is it after lunch, before lunch, or would the audiences be having food and drinks served to them during the presentation? All these things must be known to you, because obviously snacks would divert their attention. Yes. So even the time of presentation must be known. Thirdly, the context of presentation might be known. Context of presentation means what for you are giving the presentation, how it is contextually related to your audiences, who have spoken before you, who is going to speak after you if at all, what thing do you want, what is the outcome you require from this particular presentation. Is it just an informative presentation? What is the outcome you require from this presentation? All these things must be known to you. Once you know the occasion, where, when and about what the presentation is, you can move further planning about other things like knowing your audiences. As much important it is to know the location and time of presentation, it is equally important to know your audiences before giving out the presentation. What are their likes, their interests, their beliefs? Because obviously, if you would be talking to very religious people about the advantages of being an atheist, obviously your presentation, how much ever good it is, it will not be accepted by the audiences. This is what the problem is. People tend to hear what they want to hear, and that is why cater to them what they want to hear. Make sure who your audience is before giving out your presentation. Know about the gender distribution, the age of most of the people in your audiences, their religious background, their cultural backgrounds, their ethnicity, what are their likes, dislikes, their interests, and many more things, so that you can include things which are relatable to them in your presentation. This would go a long way. If you know the audience, then your audience will be able to accept you and know you much better. That is why it is necessary for you to know your audiences. Okay. Secondly, students, if you are not able to know the audience, if you are talking before an unknown group of people, it would be better to talk to the host about the preferences of the audiences. Many people find some things offensive. Some cultures, some religious backgrounds find some things offensive. Know your audience so that you can avoid such things in your speeches, in your presentation. Moving forward, you need to know the purpose of the presentation, because just by knowing the purpose, you can get to know how to plan the speech, what will be the content of the speech, and how much audience interaction and audience involvement will be there inside your presentation. The first purpose for which the presentations are made are to persuade. If you want to persuade someone, or if you want to make sure that someone else takes some action to invest in your project or to purchase your product, mostly it is like a sales pitch. Here, firstly, you want to grab the attention of the audiences. You need to make sure that the audiences get very much interested in whatever you are trying to speak. Okay, only then you can move further, because persuasive speech require attention of the audiences, because at the end of the speech you need them to take some action. You need more and more of their involvement. You need to understand your audiences. You need to make sure that you cater them with what they need. Only then they will listen to you and they will take action which is in your benefit, obviously. So firstly, you need to grab the attention of the audience. You need to compare your product or your project with several different products or projects, how you are better, how your idea is much more better. Also, you need to give some recommendation, conclusions, and also give them some kind of lucrative offer which they cannot deny if they purchase your product or if they invest into your project. You can say things like, you can get offer of 40% because you listened through this seminar. You can tell your investors that we promise you that within 3 months of your investments, you would get return of investment, and along with that you will start earning profits. Things like this, sentences like this would persuade them to take some action. These presentations actually aim at convincing someone. The second type of presentations are just to inform. These are informative presentations, just like the one I am making right now. In this presentation, the role of the audiences is very limited, just as to ask questions. Here, most of the presentation is carried out by the presenter and it is in the hands of the presenter. But make sure that you do not make the presentation too boring for them to listen to. That is why you here too need to use different tools, digitized tools, different images, etc. to make sure that people sit through this information. Also, do not give an overload of information at a time. Give little bit information, presentation by presentation, so that things can be remembered easily. Also, make things flow in a certain direction using a certain pattern, so that presentations would be more fruitful. Moving forward to the last purpose of presentation, which might be to analyze the profits in past 7 months, to analyze the difference between this product and the previous product, to analyze the benefits of using medicine X compared to medicine Y. All such presentations are to analyze two products or financial condition of an organization and things like this. These presentations certainly aim to give financial details or numerical details. Make sure that you use proper tools of analysis, proper diagrams, proper charts and graphs in order to make sure that the data is more understandable by the audiences. And obviously this type of presentation is for an intellectual audience and for those who are interested in this analysis only. It is not for general people. Okay students, moving further, let us try to understand what is the next thing we need to plan. Next thing you need to decide upon before starting your presentation is your thesis statement. What is a thesis statement? Thesis statement is a statement which can be 2 or 3 sentences long, but it is not a question. Remember, thesis statement is not a question. Thesis statement is not a topic. Thesis statement exactly portrays what will be covered in this particular presentation. For example, if you are given a topic about doing your graduation from a reputed university, right? If you are talking about this topic, then thesis statement is not only the topic. The thesis statement would be top 5 advantages of completing graduation from a reputed university. This is what a thesis statement is. It exactly portrays what the presentation talks about. Okay, and it precisely talks about that. Moving further, once you know your thesis statement, the last thing which you need to do in your planning is collect your material very properly. You need to collect primary as well as secondary data related to your topic. You might have to look through newspapers, you might have to look through some magazines, trade magazines, you might have to go through certain websites, ask certain people who are having more knowledge in that particular topic compared to you, do some research and gather material from anywhere and everywhere. Right now, do not worry about sorting it out. Right now, just grasp anything related to that topic from anywhere you know, from library, from even your friend, from anyone whom you know, by different interviews, by surveys. You can use any means. But here is the point where you will gather information, gather different data which would go inside your presentation. Do not worry about organizing it, because in the next lecture I'll teach you how to organize that. Until then, thank you so much for such patiently listening to me. This is Dhruvi Bhatt signing off. Until next time, bye bye.